question you have to ask yourself is, why didn't they respond to my text? And the truth is, if they had to lie to cover up what they were doing during that time, they were probably doing something that they didn't want you to know about. I'm sorry guys, I don't think this guy's dating material.
Yo, what is going on, Warband? It is Taylor the Fiend back again with another response video. And on today's show, we're looking at a video request through the Patreon titled Decoding His Texts, How to Tell If He Likes You. But before we crack into it, guys, if you are new here, be sure to subscribe on your way in. Come and join the Discord if you haven't already. And be sure to comment your answer to today's Patreon question, which is, why is dating much easier for women than it is for men? So share your experiences, guys, what you think, what factors you think play into this. Do you think it's the, the plague of simps that we've got going on now? Or, like, what do you think is factoring into this? Well, let's crack on with the video.
Number 3 is any text that comes during odd hours, like the middle of the night or during the day when he should be at school or work. So this is a really unexpected one. A guy who texts during odd hours can actually fall into one of 2 categories. One, he sees you as a booty call, which is why he's texting you at night. It's like he's bored, he's lonely, he's looking for a little love. But this guy doesn't have the respect or the planning skills to ask you at a time that's right for you. The guy who
Let's not pretend like respect is a criteria that women use to judge potential partners. Okay, respect is something that, like, women will demand respect of guys that they're not attracted to, but the guys that they are attracted to, if they walk around having little to no respect for the woman really doesn't care. You know what I mean? It's one of those cases of, look, it's been said time and time again, but they make rules for betas, guys. They make rules. If you're a guy, you're dating, you're getting rules, move on. And don't you just love how, like, she'll dismiss a man if he texts at weird hours? You know what I mean? Like, what a stupid criteria. Can you imagine if guys walked around with those sorts of thoughts where, like, you know what, I'm not going to pick this girl because, you know what, she texts me at weird hours. How ridiculous is that? Goodness gracious.
who wants a booty call is only thinking about his own needs. Option number 2, the guy who texts during odd hours may actually have something else going on. Evenings and weekends are usually the time where you're hanging out with your significant other, so there's not a lot of room for texting with someone else. So if he's totally avoiding you during those peak hours and then texting you a lot in those kind of off hours, you're likely his person that he has on the side.
It's crazy to me how, like, women will go through, like, all of this decoding, right, and all this analysis, for guys that just clearly don't care about them. It's like they'll do all this analysis for the Chad and the Tyrone's messages, where, you know, when it's just because they can't accept the fact that they're not cared about by certain guys. You know, which ties into today's Patreon question, which is, why is dating so much easier for women than it is for men? Now, I'm going to throw out my 2 cents. There's a lot of different ways you could approach this question. But a lot of it comes down to the fact that there are a few things. One, men in society are expected to fulfill that man role of asking a woman out, you know, getting her roses and stuff. A lot of men have been trained to do that since birth, even though it is incredibly ineffective. Men have been lied to on that front. But then there's also the fact that, like, men have, you know, we just have a lot more testosterone, and we're attracted to physical things quite strongly. Like, a lot of girls, like, for instance, I'm going to give an example here of, you know, girls who work in the adult industry, let's say. A lot of girls don't actually work in that industry because they find it to be, like, the act itself to be enjoyable, if you're reading what I'm saying here, guys. A lot of them just do it for the attention, for the validation, for the perceived power it gives them. Okay, and so how this plays out in the dating market is that men are really the ones to put their foot down first, and men have to ask, or else they just... Guys, women will not ask you out unless you're really her type. It's always got to be like this subtle thing, you know. Girls will give you the opportunity to ask them out if they like you. Like, I get this question a lot in my Patreon, guys, and it's something that, like, I don't really answer too much on the videos, but the biggest way, in my opinion, to tell if, you know, if a girl likes you, and it's so cringe to even, the biggest way to tell is if she's just constantly around you. Like, if you two are at a party and for some reason she's just always next to you, you know what I mean? Like, she's just always in your vicinity. That's probably the biggest tell. if she's somehow just always sitting next to you for some reason. Because the thing is, girls, if a girl is unattracted to a guy, she will not be caught dead in the seat next to him. You know, like it just, they won't risk that kind of social damage. But a lot of it comes back to, look, girls are just not willing to, risk their social standing. They're not willing to look bad if they get rejected. They want the men to get rejected. You see, they can't get rejected. Girls cannot handle rejection, man. They just cannot handle it. But let's continue.
Number 4 is that he sends you a link or a picture of something totally random, and you're like, what is this? Like, what is this supposed to mean? I have no idea. Well, ladies, I have some good news for you. If he sent you a link or a picture, even if it's totally random, it's another way of saying, I'm thinking of you. So it doesn't actually matter what the content is. It could be a picture of an emu for all I care. If you're in this situation.
Yeah, see, because this is how it works, right? Any energy at all you put towards a woman, she will perceive as, oh, he likes me in some way. You see, this is why you have to be so careful with the validation you give to women, right? And this is why, putting women on a pedestal is such a problem and causes such a problem in the dating market. It's like girls will interpret your actions as validation as long as the energy goes towards you. That's why I say never argue with women, guys. It is a waste of time. You will never logically convince a woman of something. You see, like we as guys, we think, okay, well, if I can just make the most sense possible, if I lay out my argument in the way that makes the most sense, if I'm objectively correct, then this argument will be over, surely. But that's not how arguments actually work for women. Arguments for women are an emotional thing. And what that means is, if a woman can make you angry, in her mind, she's won the argument. Because the contents of the argument have nothing to do with the resolution of it, you see? So what this really means is, like, if you're talking to a girl, any action that you take, any talking, any messaging, will be interpreted as free validation. That's why I tell you guys, when you are texting women, do not text them and have long conversations, guys. The longer you text a woman with conversations and all this kind of stuff, outside of like when she's comfortable enough with you, all that does is increases her chance to flake on you. Because she's already got the validation. She's already got what she wants out of the interaction, so she can happily walk away, not show up to any meetup you want to set or whatever. She's already got what she wants. You haven't got what you want, right? But she's got what she wants, so she'll just kind of walk away and leave it at that. Let's continue.
It is all good news. It means he likely has a crush on you. Text number 5 is good morning or good night. Now this text message is actually pretty simple, like it's just a couple of words, and you may even interpret it as he's just a friend, like he's just being friendly with me. But chances are, if he is actually thinking about you at the start of the day and then possibly again at the end of the day, chances are he's quite enamored with you. If you actually like this guy, you should definitely take the opportunity to say good morning or good night back to him.
Guys, never, ever, ever, and I like burn this into your brain, guys. Never, ever send that text. Never ever text women good morning and good night. Never ever. If you have any interest in the girl, like just oh my god, that is one of the worst things that you can text a woman. Is just good morning and good night. Just leave the conversation, guys. Just like I wouldn't recommend having a conversation, but just leave it as is, man. Too many men put too much emphasis on like trying to build and gain favor with a woman. You see, it's like they're trying to build favor, like work the woman up to accepting them with like nice gifts, nice things. Guys, we're not here to say nice things. We're here to you know me, guys, like I believe in equality, gentlemen. And what that means is like I don't have to text you if I don't want to. Just because you're a girl, I don't have to give you these certain extra things that you expect of me. Okay, like I will treat everyone the base the same. Like you have a lot of people are walking around with the idea at the moment that they're just deserving of respect. Guys, people have to earn your respect. You can't just be giving out your respect to any random woman or guy. You know, like, because that's a really valuable thing that you have, your respect. You can't just be giving it to women who send you a text here and there, and then like expect you to like change their tire or something. That's not how respect works, and that's not how etiquette works. And that's part of where the entitlement comes in, right? It's just straight up unpleasant. But harping back to today's Patreon question, which is why is dating so much easier for women than it is for men? This is like a problem because women can just make all of these stupid demands because they have all of these oceans of men just willing to do stupid things, change their tires, pay their rent, whatever. The expectations that women have for men now are just absolutely ridiculous. He's got to be 6'2". He's got to make 6 figures. He's got to have like, he's got to have a nice car. He's got to have a big social circle. He's got to treat me out. He's got to treat me right. He's got to be good with kids. He's got to dress fashionably. He has to hit the gym 2 hours a day. Like, all of these things come as a result of the dating market just being so easy for women. Guys, nothing makes me like laugh more than when a woman has problems with dating. It's like you are playing this on easy mode and you have problems with dating. Get out of here. But I think we're going to leave today's video there, guys. I had to pause a lot more than usual because I feel like YouTube would get a bit sus if I just played this one out longer. And we're going to leave the video there. Before we leave, I have a few things to say, which is, if you're enjoying the videos, guys, be sure to comment on your way out. Leave your thoughts. I try to read everyone's comments. It's getting a bit difficult at the moment, but I do enjoy seeing what you guys have to say, some of your stories and stuff like that. Subscribe on your way out, and if you'd like to support the channel, great ways to do that are through the PayPal or the Patreon. And I'll see you boys in the next one. Peace. Yo boys, it's Taylor here. I just want to say thank you if you've made it to the end of the video, and if you've been enjoying the content, be sure to subscribe on your way out, join the Discord, and check out the Patreon link in the description. See you boys in the next one.
Talking too much in the game and they're missing their mind. Had to put myself together, regain my composure and follow my heart. Alright, I used to ride in the back of the bus and my homie.